Okay, so you just heard essentially the same lick played 2 times. And I'm curious to know which version you liked better, the first version or the second version. I can tell you personally, I like the second version better. And that's really what this 5-minute lesson is all about. Again, these 5-minute lessons are based on actual things that have come up during the week while I'm teaching here at Nashville at Green Hills Guitar Studio. So this past week, my friend and I were working on some licks together in the studio. And, one of the things I noticed immediately is that there wasn't a lot of subtlety or nuance or variation with mostly his right hand. So what I mean by that is there wasn't much muting, there wasn't much, kind of different dynamics and different pick attacks and, maybe some possible harmonics and stuff like that. And as a result, everything just sounds flat, right? There's not really a lot of emotion or, contour, color to the playing. So I encouraged him to start using a little bit more muting with his right hand, change his pick attack a little bit, dig in or lay back a little bit. And it's the difference between these two sounds. Or, to me, the second version sounds way better. There's a little bit more, there's just more to it. It just sounds more interesting. All right. So when you're playing, especially lead guitar, playing lead lines, make sure that you're using some muting. You're changing your pick attack. You can use the old pinch harmonic to get a different texture out of your lead lines. Okay, and the other part is about the left hand too, right? So you could play things totally straight and totally dry, or you could put some slurs and bends in there. Right? So now, essentially when I'm picking a note, I want to pay really close attention to the attack, the muting, the angle of the pick to create interesting sounds, a variety of interesting sounds. And also when I'm, if I'm using my left hand, I can make the decision to not pick something. I can hammer, I can pull, I can slide. In other words, I can use a slur. Right? So when you combine these two ideas, which, by the way, these things are subtle. These are subtleties. It's nuance, right? And you have to kind of hopefully be tasteful with it to create something that's much more musical. But if you do it correctly, you can take the exact same line, as I played earlier, note for note, same line, and give it a different feeling, right? And maybe the feeling you want is for something just be, just flat line across the board without any real character. That's cool. That might be the way you want that might be the appropriate choice for the line. But if you wanted to have more contour, more color, more feeling, really think about and listen to your playing and think about if you are using some variation in your right hand technique and variation in your left hand technique. These things are subtle, but this is kind of a running theme, a running thread through almost all my videos, that these subtleties and these nuances are what make things musical. Or really the best way to describe it is the difference between something sounding okay and something feeling really good. All right, try this out. Play a line, a lick that you like and know, and then go back and really play with this idea of using your right hand to mute, stronger attack, lighter attack. Maybe use one of your fingers, do some hybrid picking, snap the string to get a different sound. And then also pay attention to your left hand. Can you slur something? Can you hammer something, pull something? Should you? Maybe not. Should you bend something? I don't know. These are all different colors that you can access. So do some experimenting. Have fun with this. See you later.